Pasta Vazul, baby.
Come on in.
What's up? We are back. Long awaited. Took a little brief time off, couple of weeks.
The Blobstom Fest.
Yeah, I did go to that there Blobfest. Look, I can hear you. Holy crap, your technical issues did not persist. So that's amazing. So I'm going to introduce myself this time around as Sir Clint Milligan. From the pit of ultimate darkness. And if you know what that is, bless you. You are my people. If you do not, I will explain that. Have you, now, either of you, did you watch like The Kids in the Hall?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So do you remember, I think the guy's actual name is Kevin McDonald?
Yeah.
He had a character on that show that he named Sir Simon Milligan. And he did like the really like dark, like evil show, you know, that he called the Pit of Ultimate Darkness.
I remember this.
I loved that segment so much. And what was it? Dave Foley was Hecubus, the his satanic imp, you know. Or
oh my God, memory unlocked. Yes.
Oh, it's all over YouTube. So if you just want to see,
I'm going to be watching it later.
Yeah,
yes, I've already brought it up.
Go find that. They're amazing. I saw this one where Simon opened the show and he was in an Italian restaurant. He said that's where the show was coming from that particular night. And it turned out he had a date. So like there was somebody in the seat next to him. And I thought it was funny that her last name was Bath. So like he was going with the what was it? Who's that famous killer?
Bathory.
Yes.
Oh,
so I thought he was like doing a play on that name when he did that. And of course he always like did things that were like just silly and like just like rude or cruel, and he would like pretend that was evidence of him being evil. So like he's like, so do you like lobster, you know? And she's like, yes, I love lobster. And she's like, oh, would you like to order some? She goes, it doesn't appear to be on the menu. Oh, and then you see the sign come up behind him. He's like, I'm evil, you know. Very funny. Okay, looks like Kyler's here. How's it going, man?
Hi, Kyler.
Yeah. Owen, what's up, man?
Hey,
Ellen, where are you?
Yeah. We missed you too, Kyler. I'm glad you showed up. So, coming to you live tonight from the Pit of Ultimate Darkness. We are doing satanic ritual movies. But I kind of broadened that a little bit because it doesn't just have to be, you know, like what you think of as your typical satanic ritual movie. It can be a ritual of any kind, which is kind of why I opened the door to human sacrifice. Well, not
right,
just human sacrifice,
not necessarily Christianity or
yeah. So I'll go for any other form.
Give us some leeway,
you know.
is what you're saying.
We could do,
which is good because I might need some. I'm not sure if half my stuff qualified.
Me neither. I was worried about that.
Yeah. We can do voodoo if it's just a movie that's got an incantation in it to where they're attempting to summon something that qualifies too, even if they fail at summoning said demon. And I would also bring in rituals of culture. So if it just happens to be a ritual, I'm okay with that.
All right, then I'm good.
I don't want to pigeonhole you into some tiny little, you know, box. You know, we'll try to get some interesting things out of this. And I have one on my list. I'm not going to bring it up yet. I'll wait my turn. But
Why
I'm
did you go first?
very interested to know
Why
if
did you go first?
any of you have seen it. And this one is definitely
Okay.
coming up, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Someone's going to say that. But Kyler beat us to the punch. So there you go.
I nominate you to go first and tell us your.
yes,
Okay.
please.
Back in the 90s, and I was actually incorrect. My memory lied to me as to who one of the actors in this movie was. I'm not sure I'm going to attempt his name because, first of all, I would have to look it up on IMDb, and I do not remember who this guy is. But he looks an awful lot like Danny Trejo, which is why my brain said, oh, Danny Trejo was in this movie. When I looked it up again today, I was like, oh, he's not.
Was it Robert Lasardo?
How can you mistake Danny Trejo? I would.
Was it Robert Lasardo?
Well, when I give you the movie, you Google the movie and you look at the
I
guy.
will, because I'm
No,
just curious because
No, I know what Robert Lasardo looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like when you don't have Danny Trejo, you have
Right. He's your token gangster.
But he's so good at what
with a shaved head and the goatee. Yeah.
And tattoos all over and his prison sentence and the whole bit. Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
Hot.
Otherwise known as my type.
There you go. Let's see. It is. I'm gonna do. My Spanish is awful, but I'm gonna attempt it. Perdita Durango.
Perdita.
Perdita. P-E-R.
P-E-R.
Yeah. Here I will spell out the whole thing.
Perdita Durango. Rosie Perez.
Javier
Bardem.
Javier Bardem.
That's the guy. So, like back
James
in the day,
that's who
back in the day when I saw it, and Danny Trejo was younger at that time, also because this is the '90s. So Danny Trejo looked very, very young in the '90s.
Oh, you thought Javier Bardem was Danny? Okay, all right.
They had a similar look to them, and I was right.
Carlos Bardem, I think might be the one you're thinking of.
Yeah, I think
he looks more like Trejo than Javier does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right, Reggie.
Yeah. Oops.
I don't know. We're gonna have to watch. I've never seen this movie.
He does look a lot like Danny Trejo. Like I can easily see how you would.
Yeah, and that was just me remembering it wrong.
Can you see the? I'm trying to get it where the reflection isn't.
Yeah, there it is. I can see it. He does look a bit like him.
Yeah.
Although strange with the mustache on.
Yeah.
Because
take that mustache off right now.
Yeah.
That cast is.
Yeah. I know. I'm
great
going to add this to my watch list right now.
Kyler says it sounds delicious.
It sounds freezing.
Like I was naming something on the Taco Bell menu or something. Perdita Durango, you know.
It actually does sound kind of delicious.
In it.
See, I don't even remember that. It's been so long. See, I saw it in the 90s, and that's the last time I saw it. So it's a little rapey. So
it's a little rapey.
Yeah, that's actually part of the plot of the movie. But his character is of Aztec descent, and he is consumed by the folklore of his ancestors, and he actually considers his being to be above all other forms of life, from what I remember from it. And his partner in crime, of course, is Rosie Perez, and they kidnap this couple, and basically they explain this, but other people die during this, but they plan to do a ritual sacrifice of this couple. And this is where the rapey stuff comes in. So
like she rapes him, and then he has to watch while the guys rape her.
Yeah, it's like it's one of the only movies that I can think of where there was a female to male rape. So it's like I'm normally exactly. Rosie Perez takes her pants off and sits on this guy's lap, and like he doesn't have a choice. Like his only choice would be like to think about his grandmother in a
That's what I was thinking.
It's like no, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? But
Rosie
he apparently did not have that willpower because she successfully raped this guy. So anyhow, but I found it interesting the other day, and I don't even know. I wasn't even putting these two things together until I remembered this movie. I saw kind of like a history lesson on the Aztecs. And what I learned is they did not call themselves the Aztecs. That is a term that was coined by scientific people who study
white man
ancient cultures.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, the reason why they did it is because the Aztec people were actually known as the Mexicas. So if they referred to them as the Mexicans, it would be easily confused with the Mexican people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because of the way it's spelled, it's Mexica.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So in order to make it easier for the scientific community, they adopted a new name for this people. So
we're just gonna call you Bill.
There's your history lesson.
Just go with me. No, I know that's not your name. We're just gonna call you Bill. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's it. What's this? Also, side note, Clint, the new Alien movie final trailer is out, and the movie gonna be 2 hours long. So excited! Yes, me too. I think I've seen the trailer.
I saw the preview when I saw Longlegs, and I was getting antsy.
Yeah, I haven't been to the theater in so long, other than watching at Blobfest. But I mean, like a legit theater with like Dolby Digital sound and like the popcorn and everything. So,
it's like my favorite thing to do during the day because it's hot out. What are you gonna do? Take myself to the movies. I'm
gonna go.
I'm gonna Tuesdays.
Yep, I'm gonna pull the trigger for Alien Romulus for sure.
I think
you better.
Better. All right. So no one's seen this?
No, but I just added it to my watch list. I know it's on Freevee, so it'll be very easy to find.
Oh, good. Good. And for whatever reason, I keep forgetting to put the ticker up.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just trying to think of where to start because my list is all over the place. But I think let's just go with the name perfectly. How about We Summon the Darkness? Has anybody seen We Summon the Darkness? It's a bit of it's a horror comedy, not a comedy horror, a horror comedy. There is a difference. This one definitely is more, there's definitely the horror to it, but it's got that Alexandra Daddario body lady, and basically I'll give you the rundown. 3 best friends embark on a road trip to the heavy metal show where they bond with 3 aspiring musicians and head off to one of the girls' country home for an after party. And then we'll just leave it at that. And then, since none of you have seen it, there is a whole satanic panic going on in this town. And there have been murders and stuff happens. But if neither one of you have seen it, I'm not going to give away what that stuff is because it's definitely worth a watch. It's a fun movie.
I think I'm going to write that down.
I don't think listed as comedy. They listed as horror, music, and thriller on IMDb. But again, I guess because they go to see musicians, but I don't really think it's not like a musical. I feel that's misleading.
I don't think we saw this.
Okay.
I think you would like it. It's just a fun. It's got like a good 80s feel to it.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's like the Breakfast Club meets Satan.
Well, and it's like, heavy metal chicks meet the heavy metal dudes, and we're all and I guess because I was those people, so it was.
Yeah, a lot of
maybe minus the devil worship and stuff, but
nostalgia. Maybe minus it.
Maybe minus the murder most foul.
All right. Well, nope, I have not seen that, but it sounds interesting.
Move on to the next one.
Nicole.
Yes.
What do you think?
My first pick is going to be one that I really can't talk about too much, because it's so new. But I'm going to go with Longlegs.
I have it on my list. I wasn't sure.
I don't want to say too much.
Don't get spoilery.
No spoilers. It is fantastic. It is dark. It is
atmosphere upon.
There's like no bright colors. There's no sunny days. It's a very bleak looking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it squelchingly moist?
It is squelchingly moist. This is in my opinion, Nicolas Cage's best performance ever in his entire career.
Whoa.
Let me just put it this way. He has never been creepier. Now that should say
Exactly.
something itself.
He scared the shit out of me. His first scene, which was in the very beginning of the movie, he scared the shit out of me. I didn't even know it was him until he started talking. And even then, I'm sitting there listening to this voice going, is that him? It sounds kind of like him. Like it.
He's wearing prosthetics
even,
on his face. So
yeah, I've heard people make fun of his makeup.
The makeup is phenomenal. And yes, it is easy to make fun of because he does look silly.
Well, he's supposed to. He kind of, Nicole, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like he looks like Tiny Tim. What's the tulip, tiptoe through the tulips
Tiny
guy?
Tim.
I feel like he has like a Tiny Tim thing going.
He does, kind of. He does. And what I found interesting is even when you Google and on IMDb, there are no pictures of his entire face out there. Like they're keeping it so secret until you see the movie. And he, like I said, he scared the shit out of me. I didn't even know it was him. Like you can't even tell it's him. Yeah. And a lot of the other cast, I didn't realize who they were. The lead girl, the lead FBI detective, was in It Follows. And the guest, the blonde lead in It Follows.
Oh,
she was the lead detective in the movie. That's her.
And her mother was
Alicia Witt, who I can't believe played her mother. She's not that old, you know. No. But they, like I said, the makeup, they like brought out like every wrinkle and every, you know, it's Oswald Perkins did. I can't even I want to go back and see it again. I do. I want to like go to the theater right now just to watch it again. It's phenomenal. Great twist at the end. Great. But the reason I brought it up was there is a little Satanism in it. So, but that's as far as I'm going to go with the story.
A wee bit of Satanism in it.
A little bit of devil worshiping in it, but a lot of people have said, I'm sorry, Clint.
Nothing. I'm just saying I love the description. Like this looks like a movie that's like right up my alley.
It's dark. A lot of people have said it's like Silence of the Lambs and Seven, and there are similarities to those movies, but it's a whole different movie. I can't even explain it.
It's all but
it's completely different. It's the same, but it's different. It's I would highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, I think Paul kind of gave like the Seven vibes from it when he talked about it.
Yeah. I actually got Silence more than Seven, to be honest with you. But I understand why they say Seven, but
yeah. But I would rather go up against Hannibal Lecter than Nicolas Cage's character in Heartbeat.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
But
you're terrifying. Fucking terrifying.
You're the first person that I've heard outside of what I've looked at online to say that the makeup was great. Because I've heard people like be very critical of it and dump on it.
No, it worked.
I think because he's playing a specific, like it is supposed to look caked on to me. He just
I can't even explain the character.
I can't even explain the character. Well, I can't. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, I
get anything away.
That's fine.
He's a character who doesn't get a whole lot of sunlight. You know. Yeah.
Okay.
But the opening scene again, I will not. But Nicole,
I came out of my chair,
and it was just so fast.
Did. I almost choked on my popcorn.
Dude, I was by myself. I totally yelped. Because it's not, it's not a jump scare, but it's so
that's what you want.
So well done.
It is very well done.
Me jump. But
it did. I literally came out of my chair. I almost hit my sister was on my left, and I almost just. So, Clint, you've been with me when I jump and things like that, and. My arm flew back. I almost punched my sister in the face in the first 3 minutes of the movie.
My friend Gina Riccadelli, she used to have to bite my fingernails when she ran out of hers. She's like, "Give me your hands, are your nails clean?" You're killing me.
That's funny.
That's terrible. But yeah, it reminded me, I walked out going, it reminded me of Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Oh. It was so over the top. His performance and his character was so over the top, but it worked. It really, really worked.
Yeah, because, well, again, you don't want to give too much away, but there is that Satanistic aspect, and he's also fucking crazy.
He is, yeah. Oh, he's
So
completely
he has
insane.
the belief and the power behind him because he's seen what he can do.
Yes.
But so he's just like jolly. I'm telling you, it's just Tiny Tim. Like that's the thought. I can see him,
and you
just
don't know
but
it's him.
No.
And his voice is like, he has like the high pitched.
He does this
voice
little girl
when he
voice.
talks, so it's hard to tell it's him because he's doing a different. Oh yeah, the whole. Oh,
fuck you, Nick Cage. No, I thought it was great.
You gotta see it.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna write it down on here, but so many people.
Yeah,
talking
but that
about
one's still in the theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go see it. Tuesday. Movie Tavern has $6 Tuesdays, and you get a free small popcorn.
Oh,
that's when I go to
see. Mine doesn't have the $6 popcorn, but I just sneak my own popcorn and drink in.
So my sister brings her movie purse. We bring in.
Yes, I have my movie purse.
I'll have to refamiliarize myself with my local theaters and find out if any of them do a matinee.
Yeah, most of them do on Tuesdays, just all day.
All day is
because
like
Tuesday's
just a
dumb
$7. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be a tough time to get people to go see movies.
Yeah. Oh, I'm there.
Well, there you go. That's why
I started going like,
You see
You're the crowd they're looking for.
Yeah. We're walking in. There's like 20 kids with 3 parents going in. We're like, I know they're not going to see our movie.
Yeah.
I see.
Like they're here for Despicable Me, not Long Legs.
I know there were 4 other people in the theater when I saw Long Legs.
Oh, see, we had like 20 people in the theater.
I went like at 2:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday because I was out of work by 1.
That's what we did. But yeah, there was one scene where I was the only person laughing. Which shows how thrifty I am.
That was me in all of Midsommar.
There was Abby. If you remember that when Blair Underwood goes into the kitchen, what he says to his wife. Yes, I let out a and I was the only person that did. Everyone else was like horrified, waiting to see what's going to happen, and I'm cackling like it was so funny.
I was glad to see him again. I feel like I haven't seen him.
He's great. Yeah, he
did really well in this movie.
Was it like that? Was it like that woman that was in the theater with us during Young Frankenstein?
Yes, sitting by herself, cracking up the whole time by herself.
That's me. Yeah, that's me. I go by myself. I just like 20, and I make sure nobody's around me, and I just put, I just crack myself up.
Yeah. He gave this one line, and I just went, "Pah!" And everybody else was like, "You hear a pin drop."
It is. It was a very tense scene when this was happening. Like a very
supposed to be funny, but I
tense scene. But I know exactly the part you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that woman in Young Frankenstein, man.
That was so funny.
I was starting to think that she was over there like huffing like nitrous oxide or something.
Like, she might have been
she was drunk or something. She was something. Yeah,
she might have been a crowd
cracking up the whole time, and she had a very
maybe
laugh.
Yeah, she
Some
was
places
a plant.
will like exactly hire people to make it seem more exciting
to be the hype man.
Yes, exactly. That was her.
Yeah, I would love that job.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. All right. Well.
Yes.
I am. Yes, I know what my next selection is. Anybody seen a little movie called Porno?
Porno?
Specific.
It's not a porno. It's just called Porno.
I feel like I know exactly the movie you're speaking of. From like 6 years ago or something, 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
It's on the server.
Yeah. 2019. This movie, I feel like everybody reacts to this a little bit differently, but I freaking loved this movie. It's these teenagers who work in a movie theater, and like one night of the week they're allowed to like use the theater and watch a movie that they want to watch. So they basically lock themselves in, and they do that. Well, their plan was to I forget what they were going to watch, but they got into like this area of the theater they'd never been in before, and they found this movie reel that they thought was a porno, and they're like, okay, we're watching this. And they put it in the projector and they run it. Well, the like demon summoning incantation thing was part of the film. So when they watched it, they summoned a succubus. and man, is it crazy. And holy crap, you know, the woman who played the succubus must have like been like
very limber,
confident, I should say, because she was almost like full frontal the entire movie.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And she looked great. But they did put like a piece on her to like cover her actual like groin area, but it was made to look like pubes.
Yeah,
but it was like
quickly.
No, it was huge. It was it was like it was the 70s or something. You know what I mean? It's like
they gave her a merkin.
They gave her a lot. Yeah.
Oh, the merkin.
But despite that, it was great. And she didn't even say anything like the whole movie, but she was like, her performance was incredible.
Like, it's listed as a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Is that what? Okay.
The theme of it is very horror-like, but there is a lot of comedy, and that comes from the characters who actually speak
in the small Christian town that they.
Yeah, because the one character is he's older than the rest of them, but only by a few years, and he remembers being their age, and he's one of those. I feel like this was supposed to take place in the 90s because he was like a straight edge. You know what I mean? And he even referred to himself as that. And at one point in the film, like before after something terrible happened to him,
terrible,
he said, "I lost my edge." There was some great dialogue in this movie. There's some really cool deaths. So I mean, if you haven't seen this, I do recommend it. Put it on your list.
It's on the list now officially because it's. Like I said, I know it's on the server. I remember when it was added, so I'm excited.
All right. Well, I don't mean to keep throwing out movies you haven't seen, but
no, but that makes me happy because now I have. You have no idea how frustrating it is to just not know what to watch. You know what I mean? Like that's why these hangouts are so good because they gear me towards movies that either I'll rewatch or finding out new ones that I would have never thought of.
Yeah. Well, I've got a couple on my list, so I'll look for We Summon the Darkness.
Yeah, I think you'll actually really like that one, Clint. All right, so let's go to a little bit different. Let's go to Ready or Not.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember if I've seen this.
You've seen it. It's what's her face?
Yes.
The Bride.
I have. Yep. We watched that together.
Yes.
That was a watch along.
Yes. And one of my favorite movies, to be honest with you. I've seen it endless times, and it never does not entertain. Like, it's perfect. I enjoy
never
it
fails
so
to
much.
disappoint.
You don't like it?
Oh no, I mean it never disappoints. Like it never. As many times as you watch it,
fail. Right?
Okay.
It doesn't. Like double negative
fail.
on myself. I'm like, no.
That came out.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Fails.
And her pterodactyl screech that I love so much. She's like a raptor. She's like, I just love it. I can't do it, but I love it. So you've all. What does that say?
Like personally.
Who dat?
That's
which
Kyler.
One? Ready or Not, or
Kyler,
Long Legs,
didn't
or
like
Porno?
Ready or Not?
I don't know which one were you talking about, Kyler? Let's see.
Talking about Ready or Not?
Well, that comment just came in. So
how could you not like the pop?
My favorite. I
That's the best part of the movie.
The kids, the pop, the fat,
the kids
cackled.
Pop.
Yeah.
I peed a little.
That's kind of funny. I liked it.
I loved it.
I like the whole premise of the movie. You know, that somebody gets married and that's just so they can hunt them. Well,
but it's only that one in something shot because if they get a game of chess, They just played a game of chess. So it wasn't until like 30 years before had it happened with Aunt, what's her face?
Pulled the hide and seek card. Yep.
Mm-hmm. The one card. What are the chances?
Yeah. And I love that we never know if it's real or not. Is the curse real or isn't it? Because we didn't know, because the the sun came up and nothing happened, and everybody's just standing there looking at each other like, I guess it's not real. And then out of nowhere,
the pops. Oh my God.
Great. The pop.
The first time I saw that, I literally cackled like out loud, and I still.
Me too. Ready or not.
That is what he's talking about. Ready or not.
Yeah, that's surprising. I'd love to know why. Yeah. So I'm sorry.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with it.
Another try.
Yeah, maybe a second viewing will change your mind.
Yeah.
He'll come back and say, I've watched it 9 times. I still hate it.
Damn it. Yeah. It makes me happy. She's all covered in blood at the end, lights the cigarette. I just fucking love it.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Heather's when like she lights the cigarette up.
Yeah.
He lights the cigarette up. I'm like, yes.
Yep. Rent some movies, pop some popcorn. She's covered in fucking blood and shit.
I do like the end of that movie. She puts a cigarette in her mouth before he blows himself up.
Yep. Uses the explosion to light it.
That scene, like when they say pick 3 characters for fiction that like represent your life, that scene of her is one of those 3 characters for me. Just that.
Olin loves Ready or Not.
Yes, he does. It's awesome.
You can stay.
It's awesome.
No. Kyler's all right. We'll give him another chance.
Oh, I love Kyler. Yeah, no, I'm only teasing. I'm totally messing. I'm just genuinely
like, get out of here if you don't like Ready or Not.
Love you, dude. I'm just curious. Not bad.
All right. Nicole, where do you want to go from here?
I am going to go. I have lots of recent ones on my list. I'm going to go with one. It got mixed reviews. Not a lot of people liked it. I fucking loved it. I'm going with Late Night with the Devil.
What do you mean nobody? I loved.
I have not heard a whole lot of good things about it. I'm like one of the few people that fucking loved it.
I've watched
the lead
it
actor,
6 times.
I have too. It's David, and I'm going to fuck up his name. I'm going to read it. Dastmalchian.
I'm not
if that's
sure
how you
that's
say
right. I'm not sure that
Dastmalchian. David
Dalmatian. Yeah, Dalmatian.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Right. I've not seen it, but it looks cool. It looks like The Exorcist on a talk show.
It is. It takes place in the 70s.
Which is so good.
Yeah, and he's the host of a late night show, and he's trying to get the ratings up. And he invites this woman and this young girl who can willingly become possessed by a demon. So it's the Halloween episode, and they bring her on, and they bring on this hypnotist, and and he wants a high rating show. He wants a 11 points or up show. And I think it's been out long enough that I can reveal this. He sold his soul to the devil for a high rated show. So he brings this girl on, and this demon comes out, and all hell breaks loose. And it's fantastic. Awesome. It's so good. I love it.
Genuinely enjoy it. I'm surprised you haven't seen this one.
Yeah, please. It's on the server. So
oh my god,
movies that are like supposed to be in the 70s, like they try too hard. This is just it. Genuinely, the way it's filmed, everything feels legit.
70s. Yeah,
and it does feel like he's up against like Carson, and he's losing the battle. So this is like his make or break. And you find out right from the beginning, like his wife has passed and he just needs this. But I genuinely think you'll enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah. He brings on the psychic first, and he's like reading people in the audience, and then the psychic like goes nuts and like freaks out, and because we don't know.
Yeah, they got the debunker guy who used to be like.
They got the debunker who was the asshole in the movie. In the movie.
Douchebag. It's so. I'm not even kidding. This is one of my new comfort movies. I have those movies that I put in all the time just to have background. Mm-hmm. This is up there with. Well, it's in. It's my new comfort movie. I highly recommend it.
and I just love him. I think he's so underrated. He's so underrated. And he's been around for a while. I mean, the first thing I saw him in was The Dark Knight.
Handsome.
Was what?
The first thing I saw him in was The Dark Knight. He was one of the Joker's little minions.
Oh,
in The Dark Knight, and he was in recently. He was in Boogeyman, and he was in Bird Box, and he's done a lot, but he's just not that well known.
He was on the Boulet Brothers on one of the episodes of the Boulet Brothers as a guest judge, and that just made me love him even more.
And he just has such a unique look about him. He's very unique look about him. I think he's fantastic.
Is he Greek? What is he like? I'm trying to think of the name. No, I gotta look him up. He is a very
David Dasmalchian or Dasmalchian. He's originally from Kansas.
Let me catch up on some of these comments. Kyler explains about the last movie, Ready or Not. The whole time I wanted to see her hunt them like it felt like the trailer and the poster was going in that direction.
Oh, okay. So you think they gave too much away before you saw it?
Yeah, he knew too much.
Or it looked like she was hunting them and not vice versa.
I know. I all I can suggest is give it one more try. If you still don't like it,
no. If you don't giggle at the pop at the end, then yeah.
C'est la vie. Yeah. All right. So he watched Late Night with the Devil before it came out as a full movie.
Okay.
So he got an early viewing of it.
Very cool.
So good.
And
he is
David
Dasmalchian
is such an underrated actor. And he threw out Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
I can see that.
He was in that.
I'm wondering,
yes.
Was he in that? Okay.
Was he in it?
Yeah.
I gotta look because I don't know.
I gotta look now too. He was in Oppenheimer. Like I said, he's got an impressive list. Oh, he was. Yeah, he was in the Last Voyage of the Demeter. Okay. Like I said, he was in the Boogeyman. He was in. He's
that guy.
Ant-Man.
You see his face, you're like, oh, that guy.
First mate.
He was the first mate. Yep. Yeah, he's one of those like Sadler. Like his face, what he's been in, you just don't know his name.
Oh yeah.
Wojciech. He's been in a lot. Yeah, he was in the Ant-Man movies.
That's right.
The Belko Experiment.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I love the Belko Experiment.
Thanks, God.
Catalina thinks I'm doing too much talking about Satan, which is why she's in here singing about God now.
Oh.
She went to Bible school a few weeks ago and learned the song and just randomly starts singing it. So,
well, I keep thinking we're gonna pop. Sorry.
Kyler's gonna rewatch Ready or Not.
Okay.
Thank you, Kyler.
Yeah, give it another try.
So don't like it. I give it to you. I understand.
And yes, the pop the ending was hilarious.
It wasn't even. It was just the kids. When you see her run out of the room with the kids, and you just hear.
Thanks, God.
Yep.
All the good things you do.
Thank God.
All right.
That's the
Quince.
earworm.
Thanks, God.
Oh, are we back to me now?
All the good
Yes.
things you do.
We are.
Thanks, God.
All right.
Right and my truth.
Okay.
Thanks, God.
All right.
All the good things you make.
This one's
Thanks, God.
only a few years old. House of the Devil.
That's a great one. And on my list.
Is it? I figured it had to be. I should have left it for you.
No, please don't. I have a lot on my list, actually. I give this a lot of thought.
This one was cool because, like you were saying earlier about, they did a really good job of recreating the 70s for a movie. Like, I felt like they did the same thing with this. I feel like they did a really good job
80s.
of recreating the 80s.
Yeah.
I remember this. I did see this. Okay.
It was the first High West movie I saw.
Yeah. And honestly, I did not guess the direction this was going. You know what I mean? I didn't think that there was going to be some sort of satanic ritual in it.
Right.
I really thought this was just one of those deranged families, you know what I mean? like some Psycho thing or some Texas Chainsaw Massacre type stuff. You know what I mean? Because of the way they started it. She gets a ride to her babysitting gig, and the person who gave her the ride doesn't make it home. Like
what the fuck?
Like immediately, they're like, "Yeah, boom, you're gone."
That was Greta Gerwig.
Yeah.
Boom, you're
The
done.
director. That was her acting. And Tom Noonan. Everybody loves Tom Noonan.
Oh yeah, Tom Noonan's good.
Creepy fucker.
No, you're right. They did the set on this was great. It did feel like you said, with the time period, because it was 83. It was set in, and it did feel like that. And Tom Noonan's fantastic. He's scary as fuck. I'm sorry, he is.
Yeah,
his characters can just be terrifying.
Yeah.
Daddy, are you ready for bed?
Francis Dollahide.
Oh yeah. In Manhunter.
Manhunter, love that movie.
That's one of the first things that comes to mind when his name is mentioned.
That and Monster Squad for some reason.
I immediately think of Monster Squad.
And RoboCop 2.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, see, I don't go right there, but I've watched it recently enough that I know exactly who he is in it. But yeah.
So yeah,
and Mary Warnoff is in this movie, and she's literally been in like one other movie I've seen, which was Night of the Comet. And I've just always remembered her face because that movie was like imprinted on me at a very young age. So like you remember every person from it. And that's the only other movie I've ever seen her in, was she plays the wife. But
nice.
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah. Yep. Well, sounds like we all like that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess we can move on.
All right. How about, I never know which direction I want to go. How about The First Power?
Ooh, good one.
You've mentioned this before, and I still, to this day, don't think I've seen this. This has got
Lou Diamond Phillips,
LDP, yep.
And what's his face? Brian Johnson, I think. No, not the other one.
It's
that reminds me of
Jeff Kober.
Jeff Kober, yes.
Is it Jeff Kober?
Jeff Kober.
Sorry.
Exactly.
I'm putting it on your list, Glenn.
I'm writing it down here, so if I don't get around to it, we can watch it sometime.
Yeah,
it's a watch along, maybe.
Every watch along is just gonna have to be your list.
Yeah, apparently.
I saw this one in the movies back in the day, like 2 or 3
I thought
times.
I'd seen a lot of movies, but apparently I've not. I'm just watching all the wrong movies.
You do more indie. You've seen a lot of movies we've never seen, so
sure.
I get that. But Jeff Kober plays
the
best bad guy. He's just so incredibly creepy in this. The woman, this is the only thing I know her from, but she was so pretty. Like, I just think she was beautiful in her red hair. Lou Diamond Phillips was very good looking in this movie. And it's just a good crime horror, demon, satanic. There's rituals. Give me the power, I beg of you. 1990. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I was still in high school even.
Wow.
Me too.
By a couple months. But all right, Clint. Yeah, I would move that to the top of your list because
that's a good one.
I think it's streaming. It's even on Tubi.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look for it. I think I'm probably going to make Late Night with the Devil my first priority.
I think you should.
Yes. We should do that as a watch along, maybe tomorrow night.
Oh, we could try that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I really want to see it again. It's been a week.
I was thinking about watching. I was thinking about watching Sharktopus versus Werewolf, but maybe
I've seen that.
That was a good
I have
one
seen
too,
that movie,
but...
and I swear to you, in the best possible way, you can't get those 2 hours back. Just so you know.
Well, I
watched that with my
instances
dad
like
when
that.
it first aired. Like when that one aired in the 90s or the 2000s, the first time, it was terrible.
Yeah,
I love it.
But yes.
But I'm on to shark movies right now because Mike and I are like doing those shark bite shows, and we've only done one so far, which was Sharkenstein, which we made Nicole watch.
Oh my God.
But it was
I have to say I enjoyed it just because it was so ridiculous. It was funny. It felt like an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000 or like riff tracks when we were watching it, because we're just sitting there making fun of it the whole time. It was great.
And that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's what they intended.
That was the intent. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I digress. The first power.
The first power.
It is on my list.
Okay.
Nicole, what do you think?
I have got. This is another one of my comfort movies. I'm going with Skeleton Key.
Oh, that is a good one.
That's a great one. It's what is her name? Goldie Hawn's daughter. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Kate
Hudson.
Thank
Kate
you.
Hudson.
Kate Hudson plays a caretaker who is in the deep, deep South, Louisiana, and she is hired to help this woman with her husband who is disabled. He's nonverbal, played by John Hurt, who I love. And there's a little voodoo thing going on that has been going on for generations. And I don't want to give away too much if you haven't seen it. I know it's an older movie, but the twist at the end is fantastic. And it's scary. Gina Rowlands is terrifying. She is absolutely terrifying.
The cast is amazing. And isn't it Peter Sarsgaard?
Yep. Peter Sarsgaard.
Yeah.
Yep. As the lawyer. Yep.
It's a really
and
good
John
movie.
Hurt plays the husband. Yep. Yeah, Gina Rowlands is scary. She is very scary.
I would add that to Clint's list also. I think that's a good one.
I think it might already be on it.
That one I've seen. I've seen.
You've seen the Skeleton Key.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a long time, so I mean, I'll watch it again. But
okay.
But that one I have seen.
Okay. Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, see it. It's so worth it. It's that, Louisiana Bayou voodoo, creepy soul switching stuff with chants and all that. Yeah. It's good.
Speaking of bleak endings.
That's a very, very bleak ending. Yes, that is a dark ending.
We got a new name here in the chat. Castellano Daniel Garcia. Ghoulies, that is on my list. And you're right.
Oh, that was not on my list. That's funny.
Good choice. Says last shift.
Last shift. Oh, I know that
that's
one. Yes.
Great.
I don't
Last
know
Shift
that
is a
movie.
very good movie. It's about a cop, and she's a rookie, and she's stationed at like this station that's closing. It's the last shift of that location, and it's going to close down.
You may have talked about that before. You may have talked.
It's come up
in
one of our other chats. It's a very good movie.
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum is the devil in Mr. Frost. It's fun.
Okay. I might lose my horror.
Angel Heart.
Sorry. Angel Heart. Yeah. God, I remember that. I'm going to lose my horror membership card. I've never seen the Ghoulies.
Oh, well.
Look at Abby.
It's not that good. I don't think for that.
I know it's not. But it's one of those. If you
ever saw Gremlins or Critters, I would say, all right, you're out. But Ghoulies is a little more. I haven't seen it in 25 years.
I actually just watched Critters for the first time like 6 months ago.
Well, see, you're lucky you got your card back then.
I feel shameful because I'm a child of the 80s. I grew up in the 80s. I was a preteen when these came out. I should have seen them. And I just never.
You just missed the boat on it. But
since we're talking about it so much, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the ticker.
Okay.
But Ghoulies was not a fantastic movie. I'll put it that way. And there were barely any ghoulies in it in the first one. It was more about the people. And the guy who did the summoning, his descent, during the movie, how he changed. They focused a lot on that. But they did do a really cool effect.
2, where they come out, like, which one comes out of the toilet bowl? Is that in the second
That's
one?
the picture I have in my head. That's part 2. Okay. That's the poster I have in my head when I think of Ghoulies.
Like, I think they did it on posters before it actually appeared in a movie.
Yeah, I think the second movie was where they.
Yeah, it's because the poster art was so popular, like, and people were so disappointed they didn't get that scene that they stuck it in
I
Ghoulies
saw
2.
the movie. That's right. I remember them talking about that on one of those
Ghoulies 2 is the better movie, in my opinion. But
Okay.
Ghoulies is worth a watch. They did a really cool trick, when they wanted to make him look possessed. They put contact lenses in him that were painted with like UV fluorescent like paint.
Oh.
And they turned on a black light.
A black light, yeah.
And if you look close, you can tell the black light's on, because it shines on other things. But they tried to really just do it on his face, and then his eyes would like glow green. You know what I mean?
He went blind after that movie, but no.
Probably.
That doesn't seem healthy.
Just shine this black light right in your face, So anyhow, Ghoulies, it's worth it if you want to try it, But if you don't, it's I'm not going to revoke. I'm not going to revoke.
I just don't think it's
card
revoking worthy, but it's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There might be like some.
There's plenty of other movies you have.
Diehard fans out there that are like, burn her.
Yeah, I'm sure they're building the stake as we speak. Tie me to it.
But the rest of us are not going to do that. Where the hell were we?
It's your turn, Clint.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Oh, you did Skeleton King. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go in a slightly different direction, and I'm going to pick one that's not a summoning, but it is technically a ritual. And I apologize for bringing up a movie made by this person, since she's such a scumbag. I'm going to go with Apocalypto.
Oh, that was not what I was thinking you were going. Okay.
Yeah. But Mel Gibson, personal stuff aside, he is a good filmmaker. This movie is actually pretty good. Since I already talked about the Aztecs once, I'll talk about them again. They captured like other tribes, basically enslaved them, marched them for days to get them back to their city, and almost immediately began sacrificing them on the top of the temple. And their reasoning for doing that was they were trying to satisfy the gods because they were having a bad growing season. And they were hoping that if they killed enough people on the top of their temple, that they would no longer be experiencing this crop famine that they were going through. So I feel like it qualifies because it was a ritual based on like a religious belief.
Yeah, like a human sacrifice.
100%. Now, this is the one that had no actual dialogue, right? Or no.
It did have dialogue,
subtitles,
but it was all in
English.
Well, there were subtitles. I remember, because it was all done in native tongues.
Okay.
So, if you don't like that, it's gonna be hard to sit through this movie.
Oh no, I don't have a problem with that. I had heard that they didn't have subtitles; that they were you were supposed to just sort of figure it out by.
Kind of just get it. Yeah. Okay. No, I remember being able to view subtitles because I remember the one who got away and was trying to escape back to his village, and he ended up being scared the entire time, like almost petrified that he was near death, every step of the way heading back to his village. He finally made it back to ground that he recognized, and suddenly his confidence returned to him because he was technically home, and he started setting traps and kind of booby trapping these people as they were coming through, and all the stuff he was used to doing, they show him pick up a poison dart frog and do the darts,
suck
and
the poison out of it.
Exactly.
And put it in his dart.
Exactly. And he just jumped up at one point and taunted them, and I remember reading the dialogue on the screen, that he's like, "This is my land," and he just taunted them with "You're in my house now, bitch," basically.
Never a good idea. I'm sorry, not superficially.
But he had to, because he was down to the one who was the most violent, like maybe him and another guy. And that guy was just too smart for everything that he was doing. And he finally taunted him to the point where he just like tried to mad rush him. You know what I mean? And he lured the guy directly into his final trap, which was technically preset from the beginning of the film. Yeah, it's a really cool movie. It's a good watch. Just ignore the fact that it was.
Can I tell you what I thought you were going to? Maybe I'll make what I thought you were going to say my next one around, because then it might as well talk about it if it fits.
Okay.
But when you were talking about a problematic director, but.
Oh, did you think I was going to bring up like Polanski or something, or
Rosemary's Baby? I thought you were going with Rosemary's Baby, which
it's
fits.
on the list.
Yeah,
but no,
fits.
that wasn't.
So
that wasn't
I'll go with Rosemary's Baby. Let's throw another problematic director in there.
Yeah, another scumbag.
Yeah. But Rosemary's Baby is. I don't know. I don't. I know people don't. Not everybody loves it. I think it's a beautiful movie. I think it's the level of suspicion and paranoia that she goes through, and but then at the end where she's like, he has his father's eyes, and she's like, guys' eyes aren't like that. She's like, no, his father, Satan. But it's and honestly, Ruth Gordon is amazing as the little neighbor that's. The little witchy neighbor that's feeding her all of the herbs and preparing her for her satanic rape and babying. And again, why does Guy do this? So he can be a successful actor. So wait a minute now. I'm seeing a pattern.
Yeah. I'm seeing a pattern.
Douchey actors in the 70s.
That's right.
Dash and Nasha. I'm excited for you to see that.
He sold his soul.
But do you like Rosemary's Baby? Are you a fan of that movie?
Yeah, I've only seen it once.
Oh, really?
But it was not that long ago. Well, it was on the strength of one of these hangouts that you guys were like, you have to see that movie. And I did take the time to sit down and watch it. And I did enjoy it. I do think it's a well-shot movie.
It's just a beautiful film. You know, it's not scary. It's not, but it's like a drama more than it is a horror movie, I think.
Yeah. And it's like, I really felt like they did a good job of portraying like her gradual distrust of everyone around her. And then her rising fear of what was going to happen to her and her baby, because she didn't really know what was going to happen. And then I don't even remember, she was doing research on something and ended up getting a book and kind of like starting the pieces together. And and like, that's fuzzy to me. Like, I feel like I need to go back and watch it again to kind of get the details of that. But like she basically figured it out kind of on her own, which was really cool. So it was kind of like a whodunit, but like it hadn't really.
There's a whole lot of gaslighting in that movie. There's, I mean, her husband is one of the biggest douchebags in like cinematic history.
Oh yeah.
And again, because he wanted to be an actor. A successful actor. But Ruth Gordon, she was just so great. Love her.
Nicole, you got anything you want to say about Rosemary's Baby?
Classic, terrifying, scared the bejesus out of me. And I know a lot of people complained that you didn't get to actually see the whole baby and whatnot. Didn't need to.
Didn't need to.
Didn't need to. Mia Farrow's reaction was enough.
Yeah.
Great movie.
And like I can understand her like gradually accepting, the child, but it would be very difficult for her not to want revenge on all of those people.
Yeah.
And like, I almost feel like there could have been like a Rosemary's Baby 2, which is like just her vengeance against these people.
There was a second movie, but I don't know that I ever saw it.
Unless she started to view them as protectors.
What's that?
Unless they started to view them, she started to view them as protectors of her child.
Maybe. I never saw the movie, but I feel like it's called The Eyes of Rosemary's Baby or something like that. I'm going to have to Google that.
Interesting.
I could be making this up completely, but I don't think I am.
I might be interested in that if it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, it's called Look What Happened to Rosemary's Baby. I don't think it's a very good movie from what I understand, but it's a 1976 made-for-TV horror film, which serves as a sequel.
You want some carrots?
You know, I'm going to find it and watch it just because.
Yeah.
Because I want to know what
1976. Patty Duke was in it. Oh, my goodness.
She did a lot of made-for-TV horror movies. She did.
I remember watching one. Yeah.
I love
like the fourth movie, The Evil Escapes. You know?
The lamp.
After 3 movies, they're like, okay, let's do a made-for-TV one.
Yeah. And get Patty Duke.
Get Patty Duke. She'll do it.
And
she'll do anything.
Why am I not plugged in? Sorry.
I don't know. As bad as that one is, I still like The Evil Escapes.
It's a fun movie. It is. That it is.
Oh. All right.
Oh, and Stephen McHatty's in it too.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Got 3.3 stars. You know that's good.
Oh my goodness. That sounds
Ruth Gordon is in it.
Oh.
I guess it came out right after the other one. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Tina Louise. Jesus. All right. Anyway.
Oh God.
I digress. Donna Mills. Wow. All right. We're watching it. We're finding it.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it from the library or something.
Okay. All right, Nicole. What do you think?
All right. I think. Oh my God. All right. I think I'm going to go with. I keep it these recent ones, because I can't really talk about them that much. But I'm going to go with one that had a type of ritual in it. I'm going with Maxine.
Okay.
Has anybody seen it?
I loved it.
I have not.
So good. It was really good. Kevin Bacon was so good.
He is enjoying the villain roles. I'll tell you what.
He is, and he's
Between
good
that and
at
the
it.
Axel F movie.
I know, and he's not even playing a villain. He's playing a dirtball villain, like a real scumbag piece of shit villain.
Like I need a shower.
No shame, no morals, no, just a scumbag. I enjoyed it a lot. It's you should see the first 2 to get what's going on, but Mia Goth is fantastic. What is his name? Giancarlo Esposito was great. He was so great as her agent. It's basically the character from X goes to Hollywood and she's trying to be a legitimate actress. But everything that happened in X is catching up to her. And and it's the time of the Night Stalker in Hollywood.
Oh.
So yeah. So they do bring that into it. They do bring a little bit of reality into it. But it's basically just her trying to get a role and trying to be, get out of the porn industry and be a real actress, and somebody finds out her past in X and is trying to blackmail her, and there's a good twist at the end, and I really enjoyed it. I really did. Mia Goth is fantastic. She's another one that's underrated. So if you get a chance and you liked, I didn't really like X that much, but I loved Pearl, so that's what got me to see Maxine.
I like both of them.
And you would like Maxine. It's really, really good. And again, they capture the time because it was 82 or something like that. 81, 82. And everything, the costumes, the makeup, the hair, the cars, like everything, like you were right back in early 80s LA.
Salt spirits are good.
Yeah, salty, isn't it? It's because you got salt all over the plate. She likes
definitely a good movie. I think it was a great trilogy. I hope to.
It was, yeah.
I'll get a box set one day.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Catalina likes to prepare food for me, and sometimes
let you eat it.
She puts odd ingredients in it sometimes, and when I notice it, a lot of times I won't eat it. But
when I notice it,
that's when you do the.
Oh,
yeah,
so good.
Oh, that's one for the dog,
Yep. Sit there and pretend to chew.
And the dog's in the corner going, "I don't think so, man."
Yeah. Oh.
Or vomiting, whichever.
Yeah. He's never turned down food ever. He's a garbage disposal. Let's see. I did miss a couple of comments here.
Okay.
Spellbinder.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I don't know that one either.
Like that's early 80s, if I remember.
That could be. Superstition, demonic witch.
Cool.
88, late 80s.
Demonic space horror, Event Horizon.
That's another one I haven't seen.
I guess that one is kind of demonic. Yeah, I wasn't thinking.
Don't they go to hell? Isn't that the one where they go to hell?
I Trapped.
You like some
that was really good. I Trapped the Devil. That was so good.
I enjoyed that movie.
I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah,
that was creepy as hell. And that was another one. Like, is he crazy or is it real? Kind of thing.
Right.
That was really good.
That was the thing that I liked about that. Is like the family just thought that he had just lost his marbles.
Yeah, he just went around the bend, and
they just randomly decided we're going to visit you for Christmas.
Right, haven't spoken to you in forever, but hey,
exactly.
Yeah, but we hear you're going crazy, so let's go visit.
Yeah. How's it going? Oh, you have like someone held hostage in a room in your basement. Oh my god. So like they don't believe him, and I decide that they need to help the person who's trapped.
My turn.
Yeah,
that was so good.
Good movie. Very good.
With some oil on.
Well, then I guess I'll put it on the list.
Yes, put it on the list.
Since we talked about it.
And you are up.
I am up.
Some oil on there.
Mm-hmm. Well,
oil.
I'll go with something I know everybody's seen. Children of the Corn.
Ah, yes.
I didn't even think of that. That didn't even make it to my list. Oh my god.
That's not on my list either. That's really good.
Well, it's just
scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Who Walks Behind the Rose. They're literally sacrificing people to a god.
Yeah.
It 100% fits.
And you don't think that way about it because when you think about Children of the Corn, you just think about the creepy kids, who've murdered all the adults in a town.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time you get to the end of the movie and you get the actual reveal, that there really is like some demonic entity that they're sacrificing to, and it manifests in the rose. You're like, oh my god.
And Isaac takes off like he was shot out of a cannon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, him on his corn cross.
Yeah. I'm not gonna call it a great movie, but I'll say it's
It was great. It was creepy. It was
Put your nostalgia goggles on. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Malachi was terrifying.
Right. Watching it now, I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
All right. Yeah. I'll give that to you. And I've seen the sequels more recently too, and boy. Ooh.
Well, we didn't
but
have
I always forget
very
John
good
Philbin.
CG at that time.
I was at Monster Mania when I remember that John Philbin was also in that movie. John Philbin from Return of the Living Dead. And so I was like, oh, why are they doing a Children of the Corn? They've got Courtney Gaines and John Franklin, and then John Philbin.
That one.
Oh yeah, he was the dude that had the thing like cut into his chest. Anyway,
it was his 18th birthday.
Pretty sick way to celebrate your birthday.
I mean, don't judge. I don't kink shame you. All right.
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
Is that a bee?
that was just that guy
A
acting
bee,
like a
a
dad.
bee. That's a bee. A bee.
What do you got?
A bee.
A bee.
Oh, she drew a bee. Very
A
nice.
bee.
I like it.
I like it a lot. All right. This next one, I know everybody's seen. I definitely know Nicole has seen.
Okay.
Let's go with a personal favorite of mine, Constantine.
Oh.
Because he freaking summons the goddamn devil in Constantine. Just saying. I think it counts. There's a lot of rituals in it. There's a lot of exorcisms. There's a lot of sticking demons in mirrors and traveling.
We meet
to
the devil.
underworld. Yep.
Played by the guy whose name I can never remember. He was the Russian in Armageddon.
Peter
Stormare.
I don't know how to say it. I love that man.
He was great. He played a great
I think
devil.
he's the best devil, like top 3 devils of all time.
Yeah, definitely.
Up there with like Pacino. I don't know. Anyway, I love that movie.
Yes, fantastic.
Oh yeah, Peter Stormare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stormare. Yeah.
Played.
And I forgot I have chicken stock on it.
Ooh.
You're muted. But she shall go address her chicken stock.
Yes.
Constantine. I need to rewatch this movie because, I mean, I know I've seen it, but I saw it like once. And
that
it
was
years ago.
I've been going to conventions for 20 plus years, and the photo op with Pruitt Taylor Vince in costume as his character from Constantine was one of the greatest photo ops I have ever taken part in, because they had the background, the liquor store background, and psycho me, I'm dressed in the Constantine suit. I'm in the black suit, and I brought flasks and a rosary for each of us to hold, and that was the greatest photo op I have ever taken part in. It was
That's cool.
fantastic.
I was so
He was
jealous
such a
of
good
that.
sport. Oh my God, he was such a good sport about
He's
it.
back.
Hello.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Stocked.
great movie.
You might have to repost those pictures if you can find them.
Oh yeah,
They're on her Facebook. She should
Yeah,
have
no.
posted. They're great
Yeah.
pictures.
Well,
That's
maybe
what I call
yeah,
it.
me drooling all over Pruitt Taylor Vince.
Maybe I'll snoop your pictures and try to find it.
No.
What?
Oh,
She's like, you don't be a stalker.
God.
Olin says the sacrifice game.
I don't think I've seen that.
I don't think I've either. I'm going to
We
look
watched
it up.
that recently, didn't we?
Did you?
Let's see.
Nickel.
Was that the board game one? No, that was. Okay, everything's blurring together.
It's a
Are you talking to me?
Boarding
I'm
school
talking to
students
whoever's
that
going to
can't go
agree
home
with
for
me.
the holidays.
Well, the board game one I had you watch was called Game of Death.
Okay, that's okay. But sacrifice game. Let me look it up. I know.
2 girls can't go home. They're at boarding school. They can't go home for the holidays. Things take a deadly turn when a murderous gang arrives at their doorstep just in time for Christmas. That looks fun.
Hey.
Want to clean your nose?
No, don't. Please.
I'm gonna clean my nose.
Okay.
I don't
Just
recognize
be very
anybody.
careful.
Yes, but it looks good.
Okay. I just sent you the picture, Clint, in Messenger.
Oh,
Clean our
okay.
ear.
Sacrifice game. I know I've seen it.
It's a Christmas movie, so maybe you want to.
That's really cool.
I know, right?
Yeah. I don't know why, but looking at that picture, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Donald Pleasance in Prince of Darkness.
He does.
Just a little.
You
Just a
wanna
little.
clear your nails.
Is this a manicure? What are we doing?
Now I remember the sacrifice game. Okay. Yes, that was good.
And your nails.
And apparently the sacrifice game is on Shudder.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna get cleared
Yeah,
up.
awesome.
Clean your nose.
So, I'm interested.
and
I'm
your hair.
interested.
your nails and your arm.
Oh, let's see. They use a ritual to summon a demon, but instead release it. I'd say that qualifies.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Being a goof.
Yeah. Where'd we leave off?
I think we're up to Nicole.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, because you just said Constantine.
It's after 9, right?
Yeah.
And these do not have to be horror, correct?
No, I wouldn't say they have to.
Okay. I'm going with another one of my comfort movies. I love this. I could watch this over and over again and still laugh.
Hocus Pocus.
No, but now that you said that, shit.
No,
Hocus Pocus is a repeat watch over and over.
Okay.
I'm going with Weekend at Bernie's Part 2.
Where's Ryan when you need him?
I love this movie. When they're doing the ritual in the men's bathroom in the porno theater, trying to bring him back so he'll lead to the treasure. And instead of using a live chicken, they used a bucket of KFC, and now he only moves when he hears music.
Uh-huh.
And he's underwater, and they accidentally shoot him in the head with a spear gun. But then basically, these two guys are working for this voodoo lady, and they bring Bernie back. They steal him from the morgue, and they try to bring him back so he can lead them to this the money that he stole that he hid somewhere.
Uh-huh.
And instead of using a live chicken, they lose the live chicken in the porn theater. And they have to use a bucket of KFC. So now instead of just getting up and moving and showing where the treasure is, he can only move when he hears music.
That's funny.
It's fucking hysterical. Oh. And Andrew McCarthy's amazing. He's such a great comedic actor. And Terry Kaiser, as you know, is just wonderful. He's
he's incredible.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it by now,
it's been 30 years since I've seen it, so it's
you gotta rewatch it. Oh my god, rewatch it. It's so fucking funny.
Oh, Abby, what are you doing?
Something that you said made me think of something else. Like, I know it's not my pick, but I've been watching a lot of independent movies, and I watched one that was made in Pittsburgh called Jagoff Massacre, and it's pretty funny. I mean, it does have its slow spots in the movie where I'm like, okay, they could have tightened this up a little bit, but there is like a satanic ritual in the movie, and it's like this group of guys who get together. They're all wearing like those robes that look like they came from Spirit Halloween, and they're getting ready to do their animal sacrifice for this ritual, and they're like, all right, who brought the sacrifice? And some guy just like slaps this bass on like the book that he's holding. And he's like, who the hell brings a bass to a sacrifice? I'm like, that was probably one of the funniest things that happened in the movie. But that was great.
The chicken ran out the door.
Egg.
They go looking. They're in a porn theater, and they go looking for it, and they see a guy sitting there holding a chicken, and they try to take it. He's like, "No, this one's with me."
I brought that chicken.
Yeah. That's funny.
He's like, "Hey, man, I lost a chicken. Not this one. This one's with me."
What is this stupid thing doing?
Hi, Joe. You gotta.
Yeah. Hey,
Joe, come on. Why are you not on?
Come on, Joe.
Yeah, where you at?
Wait.
Wakewood. I don't know what that is.
Wakewood. Did we watch that?
I've never heard of that. I don't think.
Wakewood. I feel like we did. Yes, this was really good. The parents, Wakewood. The parents of a girl who was killed by a savage dog are granted the opportunity to spend 3 days with their deceased dog.
I make myself watch that.
Oh boy!
It's on Freevee. It's on AMC Plus. It's on Plex. It's on Tubi. It's Wakewood. That was really good.
I might watch. I might write that down.
Timothy Spall is in it. If there are any Harry Potter fans out there.
Okay. Joe says what the hell did I walk into? Porn theater and chickens?
Weekend at Bernie's too. Dirty. We need the blood of a virgin. Just take the blood, Doc.
Dirty.
I'm sorry. You got to change the subject.
Okay.
Thanks. I think it's your turn.
Yeah.
Your turn, Clint.
Oh, dirty.
Well, since I brought up Children of the Corn the last time, I'm going to bring up
I'm gonna smack Nickel.
Sharks of the Corn.
Smack Abby.
Oh God.
You know, I haven't actually watched that one yet, but I had the opportunity to.
Well, I mean, it's on Tubi. I think there's a cut on YouTube. I'm not going to call it, awesome.
I'm not going to call it a good movie.
It was a nice attempt. I mean, it's an indie film. So Tim Ritter's connected to it, if you know Tim Ritter. And I love the opening scene. It's my favorite scene of the movie. But that's just because it was a silly setup. The dialogue was ridiculous. And I found out that a lot of the lines were like technically ad-libbed in the opening scene of it. But not 100%. Like they were given like topics. They're like, okay, we want you to talk about aliens at some point. We want you to talk about Bigfoot. We want you to talk about this.
So they were directed, but not a script.
Yeah, they were directed, but not given a script. So they were like ad-libbing lines based on the topics they were given, which I thought was pretty. And it turned out really well. And Rebecca Reinhardt's in the opening of that. If you saw my Shark Bite episode, she's the very first image of my intro video.
Okay.
So you see the shark like going through the corn and like, a topless woman from the back. That's her. So
I recognize that back anywhere.
Yeah. So if for no other reason, turn it on long enough to watch the opening scene because it's freaking hilarious. But the rest of the movie is kind of like Children of the Corn, which I think is why it's called Sharks of the Corn. In the sense that there is a killer who's obsessed with this entity, and he's trying to manifest it like in a more like permanent form. So it's something that pops up in the corn now and then kills somebody, then it like disappears again. But he's attempting to perform a sacrifice ritual to like bring it out of the corn. So we'll just say that. So and he's a murderer. It's interesting. There's a couple of cringeworthy acting scenes in it. I will say that. So steel yourself. Prepare to watch it. I am going to rewatch the movie at some point. I'm going to convince Mike that we're going to do a review of that movie.
That's fair.
So, Sharks at the Corn.
I like it. All right.
What do you think?
Let's go a little lighthearted. Let's go with Satanic Panic. Has anybody seen Satanic Panic?
I don't think I have.
What? It's Rebecca, the one that played Mystique. What's her name? Romaine? Rebecca Romaine Stamos. That's not Stamos anymore. She I gotta get the Satanic. It's like in suburbia, and this girl is delivering pizza, and they're doing. She says a pizza delivery girl at the end of her financial rope has to fight for her life and her tips when her last order of the night turns out to be a high society Satanist in need of a virgin sacrifice, which she just happens to be. So, yeah, it's like, like these rich people, and they order pizza, and then they're like, all Satanists, and
yeah, they're like, "Are you a virgin?"
And her husband, Jerry O'Connell's in it. He plays a douche. So is Jeff Daniel Phillips. I like him.
Oh, okay.
Jordan Ladd, AJ Bowen. There's like a lot of people in it, but it's just a fun. This is a comedy horror as opposed to the other one that was a horror comedy.
Oh,
this definitely leads towards the comedy more, but it's a lot of fun. And I think I know it's on Tubi, but it might even be on Netflix. No, Tubi.
Okay. Satanic Panic.
Yeah. It's a fun time. Feel like a little,
Yeah.
virgin sacrifice.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Joe says idle hands.
Oh, yeah.
Good one.
I love Seth Green. I absolutely love Seth Green.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can't comment. I don't think I've seen it.
Idle Hands?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Devin
Sawa.
What?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's so fucking funny.
Hysterical. What's her face? Isn't Jessica Alba in that? Devin Sawa, Jessica Alba.
Is it Jessica Alba?
I think it's her she dresses up as the angel, and then the
Copperfield.
Looks interesting.
I'm putting it on your list. Jesus.
Devin Sawa, Seth Green.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Alba, as you say.
Clint, I'm going to run out of paper.
Yeah, really.
I know.
Vivica Fox.
Oh, my.
She was young then. Sean Whalen's in it. I love him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fred Willard. Good Lord.
It is a fun movie.
It is.
Nicholas Sadler. No relation?
No.
Okay.
Because he was also in The Rock.
Really good Halloween ambience and idle hands.
Yes.
Jessica Alba has a nice hiney.
Very true.
I think we knew that, but
yeah,
it's always worth saying again. All right.
I'm Leatherface. Sorry. I like Seth Green.
Where'd we leave off?
Did I just
go? Darn it.
But I want to check the ticker there.
Maybe I did.
Oh, I did Satanic Panic, right?
You did Satanic Panic.
Okay. Oh, so it's Nicole's.
All right. I'm going to go with a classic. Clint, in the beginning, when you said that it wasn't just about satanic rituals, it could be rituals of any kind. The first movie that came into my head was Serpent and the Rainbow, which was terrifying.
Yes.
That was the scariest. That was so scary. Just so scary. That whole "Don't bury me, I'm not dead." Oh my god.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in so long, but I just that image of Bill Pullman in the coffin. Just he was great. He was so great. That was a scary movie. Yes, dear, I know.
Joe says, "Good call on Serpent and the Rainbow." Now that I think about it, it does fit because they spent a lot of time in the beginning of that movie with him as like an investigative reporter type, trying to like find out what what the trick was with like the whole voodoo thing.
Zombies, like
like he was a skeptic and he didn't believe it, so like they put him through it, but by the end of the movie, like he experienced some real power.
Yeah.
So the fact that they gave us both, they gave us like a legit explanation for the zombie folklore, but then they gave us some of the dark power or energy that's associated with it.
Yeah.
Any idea why there would be fireworks tonight?
No.
Me
Doesn't
either.
he get a spike in his wiener or sack? Yeah, right through the sack. It's
I don't remember that. Okay.
I think it was a nail. It was a nail like they took right through the ball bag. Yeah. They had him tied to a chair, and like they were taunting him. They were trying to make a point, like scare him off, and like that was what they did to him. Yeah, so Bill Pullman.
You wouldn't have to do that to scare me off. No, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have gone there to begin with. Nope.
Yeah,
that's the voodoo. The voodoo movies scare me.
He's he got a scrotal piercing. Not too many people can say they've had that.
I mean,
no. No. I gotta cross my legs now. I don't even have balls crossing my legs.
Yeah, it sounds awful. It absolutely sounds awful.
It
does. What's this?
I think we're up to Clint.
Yep.
We are. I'll pick another unusual one. Say what you will about the guy, but he does get some interesting movies. Johnny Depp did a movie called The Ninth Gate.
Ninth Gate.
Yeah.
You've all seen it?
Yep.
Okay.
Not having it in a while.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Very interesting. Like, I don't know if they were trying, they weren't trying to misdirect you with this movie. He's a rare book collector. Well, not collector. He likes to buy and resell to make money. And like discovers like a really old book that has like some satanic origins to it. And it all seems to focus around the engravings that are like in the book, and they're like clues to draw any would-be person who finds them to the ninth gate, because you got to show up at a certain place on a certain day, I guess. And in order to receive the, entry into whatever this satanic kingdom is. And he meets a lot of interesting folks along the way who would very much like this to be theirs. So he's guarding a book that they want.
Does he ride a moped through this movie or something? I feel like
you know what?
I just feel like it's a moped.
Remember.
It might be a moped.
He has the book in his backpack, and I remember someone trying to
something like that.
Having strange flashbacks.
And so he's almost like, I don't know, like solving a puzzle as he's like running for his life and trying to outsmart these people. And ultimately, I guess he does. The one scene that I absolutely love is the guy who's convinced that he's figured it out and he's got all the pieces of the puzzle, and like feels the power coursing through him. And
that's about it.
Yeah. And Johnny Depp is in a compromised position, but he's like, show us another. He's like, show us your real power. You know what I mean? The guy just like fucking sets himself on fire, which was incredible. I love that part of the movie. I was like, yeah, just like idiot. he believed that he really was receiving this power, and he just like killed himself by setting himself on fire. So it's great. Not quite as funny as Weekend at Bernie's 2, but feel like it's a worthwhile entry here.
Yeah,
definitely.
So. It's been a long time.
Anything that Johnny Depp is worthwhile.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. I can't think of anything that was a waste of time off the top of my head.
Okay. My next one, I'm pulling from the vaults of the 80s, but I don't think it gets enough love, and it should. Has anybody seen The Believers? with Martin.
Yes. On my list. Yep, I saw that in the theater.
Mike made me watch that movie.
Love that movie. Robert Loggia.
Martin Sheen.
My sister walked out.
Really? She was scared, or
she couldn't handle it. It was that disturbing to her that
Oh. Figured maybe she thought it was stupid, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here." No, it's a really good movie.
It's the only movie that I can think of that's specifically about Santeria.
I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball.
I mean, all other movies like along this line seem to be like about like voodoo or something like that.
Well, Santeria is a form of it's just a very cultural form of voodoo. So, I used to work with a girl that practiced Santeria, and I didn't want to mess with her. I'll be honest with you. And her head was shaved. She used to wear a wig because that was part of her religion. I don't know. It was interesting, but
really,
yeah. I think she cursed us.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with that.
Got fired, and I'm like, "Are you all crazy? You fired her?"
Yeah, yeah.
I'd hate to be that HR rep.
Yeah, that's right.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
But good movie. I like it a lot. And it's worth a rewatch if you haven't seen it in a few years because it holds up. It's on Tubi currently.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a very, very long time. I just remember seeing it in the theater.
Yeah. There was a couple of spots in the movie.
Other electrocuting herself with the water on the floor.
Oh, and the toaster. Maker. Oh, the coffee
the toaster. Yeah, wow.
It was the coffee pot. You're right.
Was it? Okay. Yeah. But that freaked me out.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Martin Sheen being a hot-headed dick at a couple of points throughout the movie, where I'm like, God dang, man, chill out. Like it's just like yells at his kid all.
Oh, a lie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's also slowly losing his mind, and
yeah.
I enjoyed that in the movie.
It's like shouldn't have picked up that chicken bone in the park.
Just saying.
Shouldn't have done it. Anyhow. The Believers. Nice.
Okay. I am running low. I am going to go with Midnight Man. Did we watch that? We watched so many movies together. They all just kind of blur.
I can't remember it.
It wasn't a great movie.
I want to say I did.
The woman's kid. Was that the one the woman's kid goes missing?
Is it from 1974?
Oh, no.
There's a few things called The Midnight Man. Holy crap. Man. 74, 2016, 2017. There's a few.
There are two from 2016, and then there's 97 with Rob Lowe, and then there's...
Oh, boy.
Huh.
The one I was thinking of is the 2016 one.
Wonder what the one is
on the cover that looks like Jessica Biel, but it's not her.
Wonder what the one is with Ken Faree.
No way. What's this? No, that's not it.
I mean, the one at 74 had Burt Lancaster in it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we'll figure that out in a minute.
We'll figure that out. Which one is it?
I don't know.
There are like 20 Midnight Man.
One.
There's Midnight Man with Lorenzo Lamas. There we go.
Oh, hi. Maybe. I don't know what any of them are about.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. I am going.
I won't keep you all night.
I'm so sorry. It's been a day. I am going to go with a somewhat recent one that I think I can talk about. Because if you haven't seen it by now. I actually hated this movie when I saw it. I saw it in the theater and I hated it. I thought it was stupid and confusing. And then I watched it a few more times with people who explained it to me. And I like it.
Oh.
Hereditary.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I thought this was the dumbest fucking movie I ever saw the first time I saw it. Nothing made sense to me. It is, of course, the famous telephone pole decapitation.
I love that movie, man.
Which was one of the biggest shocking moments in cinema history. Not expecting that.
Did not see that coming. And then him just going to bed.
He just went to bed.
Yeah.
Just left her body in the car.
Yeah. Went home, went to bed.
Holy fuck.
As one does.
Yeah.
Yeah, because why do anything about that? You know?
Yeah. Leave your headless sister in the car. But I enjoyed it. I mean, Tony,
Collette.
Thank you. Tony Collette's great. Gabriel Byrne is great. Yes. The kid whose name I can never remember is so good. He was in Old.
Alex Wolf. Is that his name?
Well, Alex Wolf. Is that it? Alex Wolf?
I think that's it. Yeah.
He's great. He's another underrated. He's young, but my God, he's good.
Yeah, Alex
Wolf. It's just a great movie. Great movie. Like I said, it was confusing, but by the end, it's terrifying with her on the ceiling and then sawing her head off with. It was so, and poor Gabriel Byrne just got it so quick and so unexpected. He's just standing there thinking his wife's going crazy. Next thing you know, he's on fire.
Yeah. I liked the imagery of rotting grandma in the attic. That was nice.
And a lot of weird
all the flies.
A lot of naked people.
A lot of old naked people.
Yeah. Clarification. Olin says, come on. With Lynn Shay and Robert Englund.
Oh.
So 2016.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So a girl and her friends find a game in the attic that summons a creature known as the Midnight Man, who uses their worst fears against them.
Yeah. It was mid. I saw it. I
feel like I've seen it.
I'd give it another shot, but it was okay.
It was okay, yeah. But again, Lynn Shay and Robert Englund. It's worth it to watch it just for them, you know.
I'd watch it again just for them.
Exactly.
And I apologize if I've been breaking up at all or if there's lag in what I'm doing over here because I'm seeing it on my end. And I'm wondering if I'm having an internet connection problem or if I just need to restart my computer.
You freeze every now and then, but it never lasts for more than a few seconds. So you're good.
That's good. All right.
Hereditary.
Nice pick.
Yeah, good one.
Yes. What was the one that I wanted? I was just looking at it. Oh. I thought of this one earlier and maybe not surprised that no one said it yet. Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, yes.
They raised
they brought the Horseman back.
Yeah.
What was he, a Hessian?
Yes, a Hessian soldier.
Yeah. That's a good
would have been. So technically a German mercenary, which is kind of weird to have Christopher Walken play a German, but whatever. He was good.
So good. With the file.
Far-fetched.
Yeah. And the witches,
he didn't have to talk, so it was fine,
Right.
He just growled a lot. He had scary teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had to have those filed teeth and just go, ah!
I'm not propaganda.
Do that again.
Ah!
I want that to be my ringtone.
Yeah. That's all he ever seemed to do was just like yell right before he's killing somebody. Of course, when he had a head, when he was headless, it was nothing.
There wasn't much yelling, without the head. That's true.
It would have been cool if they had some gurgling or something.
Is the teeth, yeah. And that was Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And every time I hear it, all I picture is Christopher Walken.
Last wife was in it.
Hell in the Bottom Corner?
No, before her. Lisa Marie.
Oh,
played
okay.
Depp's mother in it because she used to be in all his movies before Helen Bottom Carter, but she wasn't a leading lady the way Helena was. So good movie.
It was
that.
I don't know if this is on Abby's list, but I thought of this movie earlier and I neglected to write it down. Joe says children shouldn't play with dead things. Had two satanic
we
rituals.
watched that recently.
We did watch that recently. Wasn't that a werewolf watch along or something?
But I don't think we ended up watching it. I think we couldn't get the video. I think we had to switch to another movie. We were supposed to watch it, and I don't think it was free.
Oh, that's weird.
Or did we watch it? Wait a minute now.
I feel like we did watch it.
We might have.
Yeah,
Holy
you
cow.
were there. I'm pretty sure.
You were there? Was I there?
Pretty sure Ryan was there too.
Was I there?
Anyhow, that one was interesting. And yes, there was rituals.
That was the theater troupe kids. Yes, we did. I'm sorry. I was thinking of it. That's where like the weird theater kids are on the island and all the people come back from the dead.
Joe was there.
Yes. Yeah, I know Joe was there because it was his pick of a movie.
Yeah.
He was the reason we watched it, but I just blanked on the actual movie, even though I have seen it. But
okay. I thought this was one that you were really familiar with. That's why I thought it was on your list. My mistake.
No, I didn't even think about that one actually. But are we up to me?
Yes.
Okay. So let's do a little out of left field on this one then. How about The Cabin in the Woods?
Oh.
There was a ritual in that one.
That was the whole point of it, was the ritual to they had to sacrifice these people to keep the old gods from rising.
Yeah, the whole thing was. I
forgot. You're right.
That didn't even occur to me. Oh my god.
Yeah. Thinking outside the box.
Thanks, man. I'm trying. But yeah, great movie. If nobody has seen it at this point, just do it. I don't understand the hate and the backlash that movie gets. There's a lot of people out there that just don't care for it. I thought it was so original. Because you thought it was going to be a cabin in the woods slasher movie. And it was that too. But then it was
a little bit of everything.
Government conspiracy. And then it was the old gods. And then it was just fucking Sigourney Weaver, a werewolf. Like, who cares? It's great.
Yeah. But yeah, when I watched it, I remember it had that glitch in it because we watched it on the server. And it threw a chunk of a later scene like earlier. Yeah. What was that? We're like, what's going on here? We're like, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Nice upload.
I admit the first time I saw it, I did not like it at all.
I mean, I get that it's. I remember the first time I saw it, I didn't know what to make of it. I couldn't tell you if I liked it or not. It was just, what did they do? Like, what?
Yeah, but the more you rewatch it, the better it gets. And it was funny. What's his name? The father from Step Brothers and
Richard Jenkins
and Jane Kaczmarek's husband. I cannot think of it. Bradley something.
Bradley Whitford.
Yes,
the two of them.
They were great together. They were so funny together. Oh my god, they're taking betting pools and shit.
And then he was gonna go free his tequila from the baby proofing in his house at home, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm just so glad tequila is my lady." Just every time I see tequila, I have to shout that at people. But I love the guy that plays Marty, the stoner. He's my spirit animal, Tom Lank. Everybody's great in this movie. Like, everybody plays their parts so well.
Yeah, definitely. That faceless ballerina scared the shit out of me. That was the creepiest fucking thing in any of those boxes.
I really think you have an ensemble. Like, you could do the greatest little mini series or series of just do like each one of the things in that basement.
Oh yeah,
give it an episode. Yeah.
Like 13 Ghosts, we keep saying it should be, we should get a backstory for each one. They could do that with Cabin in the Woods. We could get a separate movie, or like you said, like an anthology.
The DVD, they should have had like a clickable.
Yeah, like which Blu-ray. One do you want to watch? Yeah,
and just kind of go and see their backstory and their backstory. Yeah. That would have been cool as hell.
That would have
get on that, Hollywood.
Yeah, and I love that dude's death because, like, previously in the movie, he said something about like the mermaid. Merman, yeah.
I just want to see a merman.
And he's and he's on the ground and he sees it coming toward him. He's like, "You got to be fucking kidding me!" Oh, it's such a good time.
That's a good time.
Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods.
All right. Nicole, are we up to you?
Yes. I'm going to go with another good one where you don't know if it's real or not. I'm going with The Last Exorcism.
That's on my list as well.
It was terrifying. She was terrifying. And again, you don't know if she's really possessed or if she's faking it, and you don't know anything really. And then you find out she is pregnant, and
There's
they
no like
sacrifice the baby in a ritual in a field where the nice old lady who's like the whatever secretary at the sheriff's office or whatever she was, like everybody's grandma is the one delivering the baby and throwing it in the fucking fire to sacrifice to the devil. Yeah, that was scary.
That movie took a turn that I was
it took a huge turn. That did a fucking 180. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was not expecting that ending at all. Wow. And it is found footage, so if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, be prepared. But
I was annoyed at the second one because if you have a movie called The Last Exorcism, you should not have The Last Exorcism Part 2.
Exactly. There should not be a sequel.
Yeah. I got to meet that girl at Monster Mania once. She was really sweet.
It's like the
Final Friday and
made. Yeah, like the people who made I Know What You Did Last Summer. They made that too. Yeah. I still know what you did last summer.
I'm really kind of sure.
Last Exorcism 2.
Yeah.
It made me mad when it came out. Just for not that it's it's not a great movie, but it's not terrible. But just the name of it alone, I was just like, I hate you. I hate everything about you.
Yeah. They could have called it anything. Psych, this is really The Last Exorcism.
but we said that before. We were just kidding.
Yeah.
And it is bleak. It is a dark ending. Does not have a happy ending.
Doesn't sound like it.
No.
Doesn't sound.
And her brother, what was his name? Caleb, was creepy as fuck.
Fuck, yes.
He was creepy as fuck.
Caleb.
I had my friend over on Wednesday and we watched She's Never Seen The Exorcist Believer. And I'm glad she really liked it. But I said, if there was like a creepy kid, like when the thought, like she's just standing there. I said, that's why I don't have children. I would literally drop kick someone's kid across the room. Like my friend, I was staying at their house in New Jersey one time, and she's like, if you keep your door open, just so you know, in the morning, there's a chance our 9-year-old will be standing over you watching you sleep. If you shut your door, he won't come in. But if your door's open, like if you leave it open for the cats, just know you might have a kid standing there waiting for you to wake up. I said, I will
They're going to get hurt.
I will throat punch before I even give it a second thought. And I'll feel terrible because he's a cute kid, but do not stand over my bed because my first impulse is to throat punch.
I will never forget. I think I don't even remember how old he was, 3 or 4. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night and just seeing he was standing. Oh. It wasn't close, but it was in the room and he was holding his pillow. So all I see is this big square with a head. And it's waking up at like 4:00 in the morning to that. Just a shadow of a giant fucking square with a head.
Oh, God, no. I would not be okay with that. No.
That's like seeing one of the cards in Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. It scared the crap out of me.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes, Last Exorcism.
Last Exorcism. You brought up Exorcist Believer. Nicole and I liked that movie. We were split on that one.
We were very.
Ryan did not.
I thought the girls were fantastic. I thought the exorcism scenes were fantastic. I thought they did Chris McNeil pretty dirty in that.
They did.
Like they brought her back in for a name, and they're like, "Guess what? Like, shouldn't there be an exorcism?
Yeah.
Like an exorcist actually doing no? Because she's qualified. She wrote a book. She's qualified." I loved the ending. I thought it was a sweet ending, having Reagan come back, and
I did too. But they could have done it so differently. Exactly. She's in the movie for 5 minutes, and they stab her eyes out. Like what the
both
fuck?
eyes too. Not even just.
Yeah, not even just one. Don't leave her with one. Just make her completely blind.
And then the nun's I'm qualified to do an exorcism. I was a nun that had an abortion. Totally no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it is fun, but there were some, some issues, but it entertained me and I liked it. The girls were creepy as fuck. And the ending is speaking
and the
of
dad, the one dad was really good.
So turns out when I watched it this time, the dad that chooses the daughter at the end, the white guy with the beard, he's a Broadway actor that I have seen on Broadway a number of times. I had no idea that was him. And his name is Norbert Leo Butz. Because you don't forget a name like Norbert Leo Butz.
Right.
He played Fiyero and Wicked. He played in he's a huge Broadway name. But Norbert Leo Butz. Like, really?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's a name.
He's extremely talented, and I did not know that was him till I had the screen up and we were just looking at it. And I'm like, it's Norbert Butz. But yeah.
And the mom,
his Broadway, like 4 different shows.
His wife in the movie was Jennifer Nettles, the lead singer for Sugarland.
Yes.
I didn't even realize that was her until after the movie.
So same thing. Like we had the screen up where it just shows the people that are in at the bottom. And I was like, motherfucker, how did I not know any of that? And I didn't know that the other father, Odom, what's his name? Something Odom Jr. Leslie Odom Jr. It's like a name I've heard, but I never knew that was that man. So I liked him in that. But sidetrack. Clint.
All right, since we're doing possession movies with rituals, I'm gonna go with another one we talked about before, Deliver Us from Evil.
Yeah, that was the one Nicole likes a lot.
I love
that Bana?
Eric Bana. Yeah. I love that.
And I'll tell you why I bring it up. I'll tell you why I picked it. Well, one, because I saw it. But they used written text to possess people. So the dude would go someplace, he would paint these words on a wall, and then he would paint over top of it so you wouldn't know it was there. And people would somehow subliminally see the text and become possessed as a result.
Cool.
Mine. Now we're going to do this again. All right.
Nothing with Deliver Us from Evil, nothing will ever top Clint's impersonation of Eric Bana in that movie, because I have Again, I want that as my ringtone. It's just the fun. I can't. Talking about the Boston Red Sox or something like that. What was it?
Yeah. He's like, what's on your head? It's like, it's a hat. It's a fucking Red Sox hat.
The Red Sox hat.
I love Eric Bana, but God, that accent was awful.
It was terrible.
Yeah, it was so bad.
When a Yankees fan hangs you up by your balls. Oh, God.
Somewhere in the corner, Mike's
terrible.
Twitching.
Terrible. that was some of the best parts of the discussion, was just making fun of that accent. So anyhow,
good pick.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, how about here's a fun one. How about Jennifer's Body? Anyone? Megan and Fox?
I know I've seen it.
There's a band that wants to become famous, so they take her like she's a groupie. They think she's a virgin. They sacrifice her. But because she's not actually a virgin, she comes back as a succubus and murders all the boys in her school.
Nice.
Never saw that one? That surprises me.
I mean, I've heard of it. I know of it. I just...
It's funny. It's definitely... Let's see if they list it out. We think it's horror comedy. They say comedy horror, but it's that Amanda Seyfried and Adrian Brody. But yeah, so she just basically starts killing all her male classmates because she's now a succubus because she's been possessed because she was ritually sacrificed and it went wrong.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this.
I highly recommend it. I think you'll enjoy the heck out of it. I'm not a fan of hers when she's. I think she's stunning to look at, but then she talks. That usually is but this is fun.
Joe says, good pick. Underrated movie.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Olin's seen it.
That doesn't surprise me. Olin's seen quite a few movies.
No, he has. Yeah. He has. I was wrong. I don't think I've seen this one. I've heard of it, but I've not watched it.
It's just fun. It's just a fun movie. And who doesn't like murder amongst friends?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Geez, I cannot get a pen that works.
Nicole, you have more?
Oh.
Nicole, is this one yours?
Sorry. Is what?
Nothing. I said, I think this one's yours.
It is, yes. I am going to go with one of the last on my list. It does have a kind of ritual in it. I am going with Big Trouble in Little China.
Ooh.
The whole wedding.
That movie, yes. He's got to marry
the girl with green eyes. Yes.
I like that. I like that.
Great pick.
Yes.
Nicole, I gotta blow
and if you haven't seen it right now, go away.
I gotta blow you.
Fantastic movie. One of the most quotable movies of all time.
All right.
Just amazing.
Not in the face.
Yeah, we're talking about doing a double feature with that and The Golden Child just for funsies.
I would love that. I love The Golden Child
so much. And I always forget that what's his name? Dance from Jonathan Dance, is that his name? Plays my sweet brother Nuncy. The guy from Game of Thrones. Tyrion Lannister. Who's the father? Tyrion Lannister or is Tyrion the midget?
I've never seen
never mind.
I think
he was in Alien 3.
Oh, okay.
He was the hot doctor in Alien 3 with him.
Daddy, I want to see Rourke.
What?
Do you have any others, Nicole? Do you want to just finish off our list?
Yeah. I only have one more. I have AHS American Horror Story Apocalypse. They did a human sacrifice.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, it's all about the Antichrist coming back, and they show this cult of Satan, devil worshippers, and they have 2 human sacrifices. Directed by Sandra Bernhardt, who I'm not a fan of, but Apocalypse is one of my favorite seasons of American Horror Story.
I love that one.
Love it. What is his name? Cody.
Oh, the pretty one. That plays
the beautiful one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's one of the most beautiful men I've ever seen in my life. And not like hot, but he's just
pretty.
He looks like a Greek goddess almost.
Doll.
Like he looks like a doll. Yeah. He plays the Antichrist. and it's one of the ones that Jessica Lange comes back for. So
I love the crossover because that has a couple different
they crossed over Murder House and Coven.
And Hotel a bit. Like there's a whole lot of
it had a little bit of everything in there.
Daddy, want to come out and eat?
Yeah, Apocalypse was great. And Cody Fern, that's his name.
But we need to go sleep down here.
Yeah. I might have
have you seen that or not?
No, I've not seen all the seasons of American Horror Story.
That's a fun one.
I've seen 2 or 3 seasons, something like that.
But you have to watch them in order because they come back around.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Gotcha.
And that was it.
What's left on your list, sir?
Sure. Okay, stop. Please stop.
because I'm with Nicole.
Yeah. We're winding down.
I still have like 10 left on my list, but I'm just gonna read them off.
I probably have something like that too. Got the Blood on Satan's Claws.
I forgot about that one. That's a good movie. Nicole, have you seen that old one from like 72 or something, maybe?
It's really shot well. It's got good imagery. It's rapey in parts.
Robert Jackson loves that movie.
Like,
he made me.
That bothered me a bit.
976 Evil.
976 Evil. Okay. I put House of a Thousand Corpses on here because like towards the end of the movie where they're wearing the robes and doing all the weird shit.
I thought about that.
Ritualistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Satan.
Yep. I got the Wicker Man on here.
Yes. Okay. I hope the original, but I guess either one will do. Have you ever seen?
Yeah, either one would work, but I'm thinking the original one.
Yeah, okay, because that's so good.
Mm-hmm. Ever seen what?
Have you seen the remake, the Nicolas Cage remake?
Oh yeah.
We make it into a drinking game. I mean, he punches a woman, we take a shot, and there's like a 20-minute scene where you're like, I'm dead. Just anyway, so bad.
That's awesome. I put From Hell on here, which is another Johnny Depp movie. But the reason
with Heather Graham.
I
like that one.
Yeah, the reason why I put it on here was because the character who was doing all the killing was a Freemason. Who was basically inspired by the texts, the scrolls, of his Freemason cult or religion or practice or whatever you're calling that. I don't know what to call that. I
went to a Freemason funeral, man. They are like tight-lipped.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's interesting.
Stop. Yeah. So it was based on the rituals that were written about in the writings that caused him to make those murders so gruesome.
And he was playing Jack the Ripper, though, in that, right?
Basically, yeah. This was an alternate theory
of Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper, yeah. I put The Exorcist in here for two reasons. One, because they summoned the demon with a Ouija board, and also because they performed the ritual of exorcism. Society.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Need I say more?
Yeah, not even. Yep.
Blood Feast. Where he sacrificed people and took parts of their bodies in order to create that dinner, in order to sacrifice one final person. Lair of the White Worm.
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Sacrifice people to the worm. Stop. Yep. I'm almost done. Please. Yep. Hold on a second.
Yep.
Indiana Jones is the Temple of Doom.
Shut up. That's great. I love it.
Oh my God, that didn't even.
I totally did not think of that, but
that's my favorite indie movie. Oh my God.
And of course, I have to throw Child's Play in there.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Too. Give the power, I beg of you.
And
I was not out of the box at all in this one. I was.
All right, I have. Has anybody seen Pie Wacket?
No, but it is on my watch.
You've talked about that before.
It's a good movie. I recommend that.
I was gonna watch it, and for some reason I didn't.
It's been around for a long time, but I like it. It's a well done movie. I watched one today called The Heretics on Prime. You may have dozed off in the middle. Like, it's nothing against the movie. I was exhausted, but girl gets kidnapped and turns out it's like this cult of Satanists, and she's actually a demon that they bring out or bring their leader out through her, and doesn't end well for anybody. But there's a movie called Satanic, which is with the girl Highland from Modern Family. That was just okay. The Reaping with Hilary Swank.
Yes, and
great movie.
David Morrissey.
Yes, David Morrissey. We love David Morrissey.
I love my governor. Yes.
The Babysitter and the second Babysitter movie. Has anybody seen The Babysitter? Speaking of, I think that's also Samara Weaving.
Mm-mm.
A lot of fun. She plays the perfect babysitter, and turns out she keeps like drugging the kid and then like sacrificing people to Satan while he sleeps. But it's an excellent movie. I suggest watching it. It's a lot of fun. Today I watched Satan's School for Girls from 1973, a made-for-TV movie by Aaron Spelling, which had 2 of Charlie's Angels in it, Cheryl Ladd and Kate Jackson.
Okay.
The Lodge, which I made the very, very bleak movie, but she was in a cult and then sort of sacrifices them at the end. Yep. And my last 2, Midsommar.
I still have not seen that yet.
And then how about Freaky? Because I fucking love that movie.
Yes, I love that movie too.
Clint, have you seen Freaky?
I don't think so.
I think you need to, because Vince Vaughn, it's like Freaky Friday, but Vince Vaughn is a serial killer and he switches places with the girl from Lisa Frankenstein, Catherine Newton.
And Abigail. She was an Abigail.
Okay. I love her. I love Abigail. But anyway, so now he's now a 16-year-old girl and she is a serial killer. Wow. They switch places during a ritual where he tries to kill her with a sacrificial knife and blah, blah, blah. But I got to say, Vince Vaughn does a fantastic 16-year-old girl. It's
he was great.
It's like Jack Black in Jumanji. Like sometimes, little Rob Schneider, the hot chick, like it's true. But he's so good in this. I definitely recommend it. And the kills are pretty fucking good. I'm trying to remember who plays the shop teacher that hates her so much. I got to look it up. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Let me see.
Rob Schneider.
The hot chick.
That's such a fun movie.
Yeah, add it to your list of, your long list of movies. Oh, Alan Ruck plays the
shop yes, teacher. Cameron
he plays
from
a total douchebag. But he's Cameron, so you still love him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a sharp movie. It's funny, it's bloody, it's fun. So that is my list.
Nice.
Cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
And Ouija, Origins of Evil.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was good.
Very nice. Well, there you have it. Yes. Very successful. I'm pretty sure that during this we must have summoned some sort of demon.
I thought about that.
This felt
when I saw you make it. I immediately thought of like all the cursed movies. Every time they make a movie about the devil or something bad happens on set, and I'm like, something's going to happen with us. Or just talking about it, we're just doomed.
Yeah, I think it's been affecting my signal the whole time that we were.
I think it has.
That's what's going on.
Yeah.
What are you going to watch when you hang up with us?
The Brady Bunch. Jesus Christ. I'm going to watch Pee-wee or something. Like,
I think Clint needs to go right into one of his movies.
I might just, if I feel like I can stay awake long enough, I might go for Late Night with the Devil.
No, we got to do that together tomorrow.
Oh, shit. That's right. I'll, maybe we summon the darkness, or maybe I'll look for the first power.
Oh, there you go. One of those would be fun.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put something.
Or I could get Weekend at Bernie's too.
No, this one's with me.
Power. First, I think they're both on Tubi.
Oh, okay.
So you're probably all right.
Very cool.
And they're probably on the server, let's be honest. But anyway, this was fun. I enjoyed this. What happened?
You lost the chicken. Go ahead. Lost the chicken, man. No, not this one. This one's with me.
Well, all right.
She can be quoting Weekend at Bernie's too all night in her head. All right, loves.
All right, go ahead.
Yep. Nothing. I'll say goodnight to you guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for anybody who stopped in to watch and hit the chat. So, and beyond that, I say on behalf of all of us and a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I want chickens.
I do.
Hail Satan.